I want to get to this might be our last question. We'll see where this goes. But I think maybe we'll wrap here. And that is around spirituality,
Mhm.
religion, God, whatever terms we want to use. The question is, you know, not just speaking to those in our community that have a strong faith that lean into a particular religion, but even those who don't, but also want to have some level of
Mhm.
spirituality in their lives. What can you tell fathers about the importance of this in their family's life
Yeah.
and how to navigate spirituality, God, that topic, that
Sure.
anything you want to
Yeah.
share
Well,
there? I realize it's
no,
like,
no,
oh,
no.
we have a couple
Yeah.
minutes left. Can you tackle the God
About
subject,
God.
Meg?
Yeah. In 1 minute or less.
In a
Yes.
couple minutes.
So I've done a lot of research on this, and it is very, very clear that kids who have a faith in God do much better in life during the teen years. They stay away from the bad stuff. They have a plumb line. They know it's right and wrong. They get along better with people. They're great, so on and so forth. And I wrote that in a chapter in my book. She Needs a Faith in God. But here's why, and because I've thought a lot about this. What I see in kids under 5 is a tremendous openness to spirituality, a knowledge, if you will, that there's something more. And they want to know what that more is. And they want to
Mm.
learn about that more. And they want definition of that more. So, a good parent must address that in their young kids because the kids are thinking about it and they want to know what you think about it. Now, um, if you have a faith in God, you need to really figure out what your faith is all about. My husband and I have a strong Christian faith, and we have studied God. Incidentally, God calls himself Father. And for a dad, you share a name with God that I don't. That's pretty humbling for a dad. Kids need God for several reasons because they know that they want to attach to something bigger and smarter than you. And and they want that. There's a
Oh, that's
filling of
good.
a void in their lives that they want filled. And when you begin to talk to them about God and developing a faith and leaning on something bigger than you and bigger than them, they eat it up. I promise you, they eat it up. All the little kids at our table, grandkids, they're the first to stop and say, no, no, we need to say our prayers. Even the 2.5-year-old, they are so tuned into it. I've had so many young kids. Your audience won't believe it, but they see angels and they will tell me if they're sick in a hospital and their parent will go, shh, shh, don't say that. I said, stop, let them talk, let them talk. They're much more open than you are. The second reason a father needs a faith is because you're going to mess up and you need someone to support you and help you and get you back on track. God is the person to do it because God is your father. He's your kid's father. He knows how to parent really well, much better than you. And he's the perfect father. So when you study him, you're studying fatherhood and you're studying who you are as a son, but who you need to be as a dad. And when your kid sees that, his faith is emboldened. And now you have a deeper connection with your son because guess what? You start to pray together. You want your kid to open up and talk to you about anything. You say to your kid on the way to school, you know what? When I'm at work, I'm going to be praying for you. What would you like me to pray for today?
Mm.
Or, thanks, Dad. I have a big test today. You pray with your child at bedtime. You want your child to open up to you, start to pray with them. It melts kids. And so kids need to have a faith. And I'm telling you, not only the medical aspect or the psychological aspect, they're healthier psychologically, but they're stronger from a spiritual standpoint. And in this day and age, atheism takes kids down. Atheism makes kids feel empty and they truly don't have their bearings anywhere.
Sounds like you don't have any strong feelings about this subject.
you know, I will tell you, I know, but I see it and I live it, and I've been at this
Uh,
so
I,
many years.
I
I
love
can
it.
see it in my eyes, and what
Yeah.
kids tell me. There was a patient I had was dying, and he's 14, and his mother was distraught, distraught, distraught. And he comes out of his bedroom one morning, he looks at his mom and says, "Mom, don't worry. It's going to be okay." And Angel talked to me last night and said, "Don't worry. It's going to be okay." That kid never wavered on that until the day he died. What a
Mm.
relief for that mother. Can you imagine your dying child saying, "It's okay, Dad. Believe in God. He's in heaven and he's going to take me." Versus the kid never has. And this child had a minimal faith. I have had kids say that kind of thing to me over and over. So your kids can teach you so much about God. Just be open to it.